Josh Doan has signed a 7-year extension with the Buffalo Sabres. I apologize for being late to this one. I just haven't really had any time to sit down and make a video. But I do think that this signing is big enough to warrant a video. So we've got the breakdown from Puckpedia here. Sabres signed 23-year-old forward Josh Doan to a 7-year extension with a $6.95 million cap hit. In the first 2 years, it's 50% signing bonus and 50% base salary. And for the remainder of the contract, it's just the base salary being paid out in full. Additionally, a 7-team no-trade clause in years 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the deal. So I thought that was a very good breakdown by Puckpedia. Now, Josh Doan obviously came over in the JJ Peterka trade last offseason along with Michael Kesselring, and he's been excellent this season for the Sabres. Through 49 games, he has 15 goals, 20 assists for 35 points, 28 of those coming at 5-on-5. And he plays like an absolute animal. He's a pest out there. He wins puck battles. He's up and down the ice, forechecking, hitting. He's fearless. He's willing to go to the net. I think he has the potential to become a top 6, 50 to 60 point two-way pest. A comparison I saw and I kind of agree with is Brandon Hagel. Not necessarily a player who's going to reach the offensive peaks of a Hagel, but I think he fits the Hagel mold very well and is going to be a great top 6 piece for Buffalo going forward. And although it looked like it was another season of pain in Buffalo, they've won 17 of their last 21 games and now find themselves in the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. And it's the play of guys like Tage Thompson, Josh Doan, Rasmus Dahlin, Josh Norris when he's healthy, which has been very limited. Alex Tuch, Jason Zucker, Bowen Byram, Matthias Samuelson's been awesome, Zach Benson, even UPL and net. They've had some excellent performances this season, and it seems like everything is starting to go right finally for Buffalo. And this might be the year that they finally do get back into the playoffs. And I wanted to just take a comparison, Peterka to Doan. When the trade happened, I was not necessarily a fan for Buffalo, although I actually was a huge fan of bringing in Kesselring, and I thought Doan would be a future piece as well that would be useful. I thought they could have got more back in exchange for Peterka, who was coming off an excellent season. And although the numbers suggested that it might be a bit unsustainable for Peterka, I still thought that he would have had higher value considering his age, his RFA status, and the potential that he showed. But this season, Doan has quite frankly outperformed Peterka. Like we said, he has 35 points in 49 games, while Peterka has 33 and 50. Peterka has 17 goals, Doan has 15. I would say that both teams probably like their deals because I think Peterka's still playing decent for Utah, and we did expect a little bit of regression just because of the shooting percentage and all that. Peterka's on a $7.7 million by 5-year contract, while Doan is still on his LC right now, but then he will have that 7-year extension kick in at $6.95 million. So as of right now, it's looking like an incredibly fair trade, even Buffalo coming out on top at this moment. And if they make the playoffs, then I think it's fair to say that this was an absolute success of a trade. And the last point I wanted to touch on in this video is the future of Buffalo. Obviously, there's a ton of excitement right now with the way they've been playing and the potential that they could make the playoffs for the first time since 2011. But when you're looking at their future and their contract setup situation, you've got Norris, Thompson, Doan, and McLeod locked up for the next few seasons or long term. Obviously, Norris is a bit of a wild card because he's never healthy, but he's played excellent when he's been in the lineup. I believe he has 19 points in 17 games this season. And you know what you're getting in Thompson. That's a phenomenal value deal. Josh Doan, I think this is going to age very well as well. And then on the back end, you've got Dahlin, Power, and Samuelson locked up, all from 2030 and onward. Those are the guys that are all locked up, but you have a ton of guys that are expiring over the next couple seasons, some of them with RFA status, some of them are UFAs. So I think this season's going to play a major role into the future decisions that Jarmo Kekalainen makes. Do you bring back Alex Tuch? The rumors are that he's looking for an Adrian Kempe type contract. Jason Zucker's not up this season, but he's up the next season, and he's played really well for this team. Do you bring him back as a veteran presence? You've got guys like Yuri Kulik, Zach Benson, Konsta Helenius on ELCs that will be expiring. Michael Kesselring, he's an RFA, and you're obviously going to bring him back. He's your best right-shot defenseman. But a few interesting ones to me, Jack Quinn, he's a decent top-9 scoring winger, but they have so many young players that are coming up and filling roles for this team. maybe you could use Jack Quinn and try and acquire another top 6 guy for him in a package, or a top 4 right shot defenseman. Another guy who could potentially be on the move, I think, not necessarily in season, but in the off season, would be Bowen Byram. He's got one more year after this one, and then he's a UFA. There was rumors about him being traded or offer sheeted last off season. A team like the Canucks we know had interest. I don't know if they still would at this point. But a smooth skating top 4 left shot defenseman, that would definitely bring back some solid value. There's obviously a logjam on the left side of this defensive core, but having a bunch of good defensemen is definitely not an issue. Maybe they just stay pat. So there's definitely going to be some interesting decisions that are made by Kekalainen and Sabres management coming up here, especially with the Alex Tuch contract situation. Are they going to trade him at the deadline? Are they going to extend him between then and now? Maybe they just use him as an own rental. We'll see. But anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the Josh Doan contract? I think it's going to age fantastically. Do you think the Sabres are going to make the playoffs this year? But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.